Hey, it's Steph. Normally I do videos where I have like a script and I also have a much nicer camera. Right now I'm going off my webcam. I'm talking without a script just because I feel like I want to explain sort of what's been going on with my content. I just think it's time for me to talk a little bit about it because I think there's been sort of a long-term impact on my content creation in 2020, and it's kind of a bummer. So I talked about this a little bit on Instagram, but yeah, I have had a lot of really rough things happen in 2020, and most recently, it's kind of a content warning for medical discussions. I had a diagnosis of like pretty severe precancerous cells, and it threw me for a big loop. I It's not cancer, so I'm not in like immediate danger, but it could very quickly change, and so I'm having what may be a life-altering procedure done to try to get rid of the precancerous cells. I don't want to talk about what kind of cancer it is or anything like that. I think this is as much as I'm comfortable talking about with people. Publicly, I'm talking a lot more about it with my own family and with friends, and yeah, but I don't want to get too much into it on my public life. And then, so there's that happening. I've got my surgery scheduled. It's been kind of a nightmare trying to get that scheduled. And in the midst of all that, I've talked a bit on my channel about my experiences with domestic violence and how it sort of shaped me today and how I had to go through a lot of therapy to get a lot of help. And I'm in a wonderful, 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 not abusive relationship right now. But because of that past, it's really hard dating. It really is. And so, I'm taking a lot of time. I'm taking it very slowly. I can see a hair right here. I'm taking it very slowly. But I have to take a lot of time and like go to my therapy, talk to my therapist, journal about things, check in with my partner about things, and it's very time consuming, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't, but shit, when you've been through some really rough stuff, it makes it really hard to be with someone. And I've been single for like 2 years, so it's not like I've been spending a lot of time trying to get ready for a relationship that's like what this is, which is supportive, nurturing, exciting. It's really fun. We watch like Lord of the Rings together, and we're both reading The Wheel of Time again together. We play video games together, so it's like a really fun, it's a really fun and awesome relationship, but it means it takes time for me to be present and not let my PTSD get in the way of things. It takes time not to let my anxiety get in the way of things, and to be healthy and be present as a good partner. So that's taking a lot of time. And then as things have changed in my life since I first started content creation. I started off with no money in the bank. When I started my channel, I had to call my mom the month I moved into my new apartment and ask her for help paying the rent, because I didn't have my paycheck yet and I couldn't afford to pay the rent by myself. So now I'm not in that position. I just got a new job where I will not be in that position likely again for a long time. So I am looking at how to change and manage my channel in a way that feels good. I never wanted to be famous. Like there's nothing in me that's seeking validation from others in my content creation. There's nothing that's like doing this so that you'll like me. I get a lot of nasty comments, and they're like, you suck at games, you played this part of this game wrong, or like people come by and they try to, also I'm so sorry about my subtitles. I don't know why they're not working, so I'm just gonna turn them off. But I get a lot of nasty comments, and I'm not doing this to get praise at all. So it kind of hurts when I'm like, I don't really need people to like me, but wow, like some people like are really hateful online. Not like just towards me specifically. I don't feel like, oh, I'm being attacked specifically, but some people are just really mean to people. We've all seen it. And so it's like, I'm no longer going to be streaming for money. I think most of my streaming in the future will now be charity based. That's my plan. And then I'm not really streaming for anyone to like me. I don't need that. And I do have people who say and do some really nasty things around like my content and my personality and persona online. And so yeah, I have not been, also because of the pandemic, just generally I haven't been very like inspired to create, and I've just been a little bit like, it's been hard. I think a lot of content creators are feeling that same sort of mental block of just like, I don't go outside, I don't see other people, I spend all my days alone, and now I'm gonna go online and just like entertain people and have like a million ideas. So I'm feeling that, where I'm just like, I was such a wealth of ideas before, and now that I spend all my time working from home by myself, it's really hard, and it's really hard when the motivation isn't there. So I'm just touching base with myself about like what I enjoy about streaming, what I want to change about how I streamed. I also shared a bit on Twitter like how, when I was younger, one of my favorite things to do with games was just like replay them. I loved replaying games. I did not buy like the newest, hottest systems. I was not aware of like what's coming out. I wasn't particularly into like gaming news or gaming online. And then as things progressed, I really like replaying games. I really like that. And I think I was really pushing myself to constantly be putting out like cutting edge content and like, playing games for the first time, unspoiled. And it's sort of like, I just realized that may not really like be true to me, and I may be like really pushing myself to try to be sort of like following the path to be successful in streaming, I think. And at the end of the day, that isn't really what I want. I don't want to be famous. I started streaming to accomplish two goals, which were really to like compete with one of my friends in a silly way. I wanted to become an affiliate on Twitch and to have 100 followers. And I wanted that in 1 year of streaming, and I ended up well surpassing those two goals. And so it's been sort of like a constant thought of like, okay, well, what's next, and what do I enjoy? And I found so many people that I really like talking to, but trying to maintain everything, it's gotten to be a bit unmanageable with all my health stuff, with all my new wonderful relationship stuff, and with 2020. It's been hard. I think for most people they can relate to that. And so yeah, there's no like big conclusion to this conversation. I think it's something that's going to be sort of ongoing for me as I maybe, I'm starting a new job. So I'm going to be working in an environment with other people again. I'm not going to be like alone all the time. So that's going to be a big change. And then I'm also hopefully going to be moving to a new apartment that's a bit of an upgrade from my very old, super old apartment that's kind of like falling apart a bit. And, I'm now in a position where I can pursue my hobbies. Like I'm starting to cosplay, I'm getting into makeup. And so you can't tell, but I like tried a new eye look tonight. And I'm really starting a new chapter in my life shortly before maybe turning 30 next year. So, I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that my content has changed. It's now just like a lot of my playthroughs are going up because I can't really be putting out a ton of new content lately. And yeah, this isn't like a really well edited video. Normally I put a lot into my videos, and I've been pushing myself to be a perfectionist on YouTube because I got a partner and I want I want to be perfect. I want to be amazing. And I think right now I just need to settle for being myself. And this is me, and this is myself, in my old, like, you know, comfy t-shirt. And yeah, if you've watched this far, thank you. I know it's not the flashiest, most exciting thing, and I need to not be, I'm being down on myself right now, because it's hard to sort of just get out there and be honest with people and be straightforward and not be gimmicky and exciting and, you know, just really flashy, and instead just say, like, hey, world, here I am, here's what's going on, in case anybody cares, which I'm sure people will. But, you know, the internet is a mean place, and it's a wonderful place too. It's a very kind place. It's a very cool place, but it is sometimes a very mean place. And I think I started off wanting to change the world, you know, and then I kind of let the world change me a little bit and be, you know, a little down on myself, so that I could be down on myself before other people could. And I don't really like that. So I'm taking my time. I'm figuring things out. And hopefully when I come back, it'll be stronger and happier and better than ever. But for the time being, thanks so much for hanging out to the people who have been. I don't hold it against anyone who hasn't been. I'm not mad if you didn't watch this whole, like, 12-minute video. I appreciate so much the support I have had. And, you know, I'm just a regular old lady. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope you continue to stay safe. I will try to continue to stay safe, and let's take care of ourselves and others to the largest extent we can. Thanks.